Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Tammy D. I'm a mom, a wife, an accountant, and this channel is going to be based on family, faith, relationship, and growing as a mom. So you're welcome here. Today I have a very, very interesting topic. From the title, you must have guessed what I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to be talking about how I met and married my husband in 6 months. 6 months. I met my husband in 6 months, and today we're married for 19 years. All right, so stay tuned and keep on watching. All right, fam, welcome back. So today I am going to be talking about how I met and married my husband 6 months. Sorry, I met my husband in December and we got married in July. So it was in December of 2000 that my husband had come home for Christmas from Canada. My husband was based in Canada. I was based in Nigeria. So obviously prior to that, we had events in the church where I had prayed, I had fasted. I think we had a 40-day fasting period because we had one of those fasts. So I had my prayer point at that point in my life was that God will lead me to my life partner. So here comes my husband in December on Christmas vacation. So what had happened was he had a friend who was working in the bank I was working at, and his friend was like a brother to me. So on that fateful day, I was just in the bank, minding my own business. I was in private banking actually. So, and then his friend was I think I was on the second floor, and his friend, who is like a brother to me, was on the third floor. So this particular day, his friend just ran down the stairs to come to me and said he had something for me. I thought it was work related. So I was like, oh. So I ran after him and I was like, what can I help you with and everything. So he said, oh, I have someone I would like you to meet. And then I was like, oh, okay. And there was my husband sitting down. So that was why he just introduced both of us. And we got talking. And I think that evening was supposed to be the year 2000 Christmas party. So for the bank. So we got talking. And then his friend said, okay, would you like to come to the Christmas party? So I said, okay, why not? I'll come to the Christmas party. So he came to the Christmas party, and then we kept talking and everything, and we just kept talking, and he was tall, handsome and everything. So I said, oh, okay, not bad. So I was excited. Well, okay, I just thought he was I didn't know that anything would come out of it, because I was like, oh, okay, this guy lives in Canada. But I just God just gave me the peace. I just had this kind of peace that I was like, no, I wasn't worried or scared or anything. I wasn't like panicked or anything that, oh, this guy, I don't really know him that well and everything. Anyway, so the Saturday after, his friend and his wife had invited us to lunch at their house. So when he had gotten there early enough, but something happened, I don't even know, but there was some delay and I couldn't get to my to their house, to the house of the people who had introduced us, to the house of the guy who had introduced us. So by the time I got there, he was almost leaving, thinking he was disappointed, thinking that, oh, maybe she's not interested, she's not going to come. So when I showed up, we talked and everything, and so he gave me a ride to my house that evening. So then he got to know where I lived, right? So every day after that, he kept on coming to my house every day until he went back to Canada. right? At the end of, I think it was on the 31st of December or the 1st of January of 2001 when he went back to Canada. But we spent every day from the day we met until the day he went back to Canada. He was at my house every day. So we were just talking, chilling, just, getting to know each other. And then after he left in December, his brother got married in April. So before he left, we had pretty much known, like in about 2 weeks, we had pretty much known that we were going to get married. So when he came back to Nigeria for his brother's wedding in April, he actually brought my engagement ring and we had our introduction. All right, so our parents, we had a small introduction. It's not like they do nowadays. Back then, it was just at my house. And then we still had the Alagas who came and conducted the introduction. And then after that, he spent 2 weeks in April and he went back. He spent 2 weeks in April again and he went back. But then I already had my engagement ring. But the funny thing was that the engagement ring was too tight because it wasn't sized correctly. So he had to take it back. And when he left in April, my husband will call me every single day at the bank. Sometimes I'm like, I have to do my work. But he never missed a single day. He would call me, we would talk, we would plan, and we would all, talk about how we're going to do the wedding dress and everything and all that. So I think I had to travel to the UK from Nigeria to get my wedding dress, to get all the things that I needed for my bridesmaids and everything and all that stuff. So in July, he came back and we were married. We were married in July. From meeting in December, we were married in July. But I think, I wasn't worried, I wasn't concerned about marrying my husband. I didn't know him. I didn't know him that much. It was even after we got married that I could say we went on dates, we got to know each other. And the funny thing is, I got pregnant as soon as we got married. And I gave birth 9 months after we got married. But I just thank God that everything worked out well, because I had this confidence that God had my back from, just trusting him and believing him that he'll give me the right partner. So I just had that confidence. I had that peace. It's not like we didn't have any challenges. We did have our challenges, but those challenges were not something that I couldn't bear. And I know that God had purpose for me to meet this guy and for me to marry this guy. Because the interesting thing that happened at the bank that time was they had been grooming me to go start off a new branch in Port Harcourt while I was working in the bank. But for some reason, the Port Harcourt branch was delayed. It wasn't ready. So I was just hanging around in Lagos waiting for the Port Harcourt branch to be ready. Deep down, I didn't want to go to Port Harcourt, but I was like, okay, it'll be good for my career. Why not? Let me go. It'll be a good move for my career. But while that delay had happened, the delay with the Port Harcourt office had happened, I met my husband and I was able to get married, relocate. And my visa process went on smoothly and everything. So I just knew God had a hand in our marriage, and everything just went on well. From moving to Canada, we had our honeymoon in Paris and all that. But there was a culture shock for me. Coming from Lagos, it was really, really cold in Canada, So that was a culture shock. So I had to adapt to the cold and everything. I had to do some classes. I had to go to school. I had to get into the work system and everything. And then after we had our first son, 9 months after, as soon as our first son turned 1, we started trying again. And then that's when we had our second child, who is a girl. So we just thank God for his faithfulness. We thank God for, being with us for the past 19 years since we didn't have a long courtship. But I believe that you don't really have a long courtship to have a happy marriage. I believe you can still have a happy marriage if God has purposed for you to, if God has purposed that will be the individual for you, if God has made it destined that will be your life, your soulmate. And I thank God that today we're happily married. We have 3 beautiful children, and it's been a jolly ride. It's been a jolly ride, and God has been with us all the way. So that's our story of how I met and married my husband in 6 months. All right, so like, share, comment below. What do you think about short courtships, long courtships, and let's keep the conversation going. All right, thank you so much for watching, for tuning into my YouTube channel, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care. Bye.